Welcome to this video. We're looking at a book here called The Master Printer's Black and White Workbook by Steve McLeod. It's a paperback book. It's quite heavy actually, it's quite sturdy for a paperback book. And actually it's all about sort of setting up a dark room, maximising your printing and processing potential, sort of technical side to photography. Now, it's not an area that I'm particularly familiar with. It's not something that I'm actually particularly interested in, if I'm honest. But I do want to feature this book on the channel because it does feature some really nice photography. So the end results are worth shouting about for me. And I'm going to just sort of go through this and show you what's included. It's all black and white, obviously, but that's what gives it the high contrast and the sort of the power and the interest. So without further ado, let's go through this page by page. By the way, it's published by Rotavision. I picked it up cheap in a charity shop, hence it's got some sort of legacy stickers here, residual stickers, but that's okay. What else do we know about it? It was $17.99 in the UK, or $24.95 in the US. There's Lemmy on the back, look. So yeah, and as I said, it's paperback. Let's have a look. Let's go through the pages. How many pages are there, you ask? Well, there's 240 or thereabouts. So let's get cracking. Let's have a little look in here. The Master Printer's Workbook. A professional guide to the black and white dark room techniques. Okay. So yeah, it's just got some really nice photography in here. There's a few familiar faces as well. A few like famous people, celebs. Here's Hamish Brown. I like the way we've just got that little trickle of sweat being picked up. The Gallagher twins pictured up here. Is that Vinnie Jones, maybe? Might be. Anyway. Well, that looks very homely, doesn't it? I like the way you get these little notes as well, scribbled on the pages. It's well laid out. I suppose one criticism might be, could the photos have been enlarged slightly to fill some of this space? I'm guessing others would argue that this negative space is important for framing or something like that. Here's chapter 1, darkroom planning and construction. Just setting up your darkroom, I guess, what you need, how to do it well. I always like it when you see these people with the, what are these things called? I don't know what they're called, the tongs or whatever, pulling it. It's how many films have we seen, photos developed that reveal some clue to a crime or something. Anyway, this is all a bit, technical, isn't it? Let's see if we can find some more interesting photos. Exposure and development. Is that Ian Brown, I believe? Like the way you only see one eye. It's annoying, isn't it, when you turn your head to cross a road with a hood on. You can't see. Oh, for each one, by the way, you get various information like, who the photographer was, what paper they used, all this technical stuff. Yeah, what exposure was used, and a little bit there, a bit more about the process. Here's some more scribbles. Film processing here, chapter 4. Kate Moss, I'm not sure how these, there's a few like this, I think that are double page and sort of portrait. Might be hard to see them. I'm going to have to turn the book, I think. Gotta like that one. A lot of white in that image. Nice and bright. Chapter 5, From Film to Contact Sheet. Here we go, a couple of Vinnie Jones here now, by photographer Dean Freeman. Quite sort of low contrast there, which works quite nice, gives a hazy feel. What do we like about this? The fact that there's motion. He's kind of in focus, but his hands are moving, implying he's doing some boxing. There's a plane, so on. Right, chapter 6, paper processing. As I said, I'm not that interested in the technicalities of this, I suppose because we live in an age of digital photography. We don't have to process in the same way as we used to traditionally. A child shooting a gun or aiming a gun. Not sure what's going on there. What's this? Chapter 8, Printed Borders and Key Lines. Is that Alan Bennett? I really like that portrait. The detail on his face. The fact we've got the shadow on this side. The expression. He's peering into my soul. Look at that. It actually looks like the photo. Saying something about darken the foreground and the hand by 5 seconds each to centre the focus on the face and eyes. Right, I don't know what's happening here. There's some sort of mud wrestling perhaps going on. I'm not sure. Particularly like portrait photography from a personal perspective. I'm interested in human beings. Chapter 9, Split Grade and Flashing Techniques. Kim Cantrell, I think, from Sex and the City. Great image with loads of soft light and movement, yet certain eye detail and contact. Yeah, it is a good one, isn't it? I like the bokeh effect in the background, the blur. Not sure about that. Wow, ominous. Oh, what a great photo that is. I always like these sorts of photos, but I always feel very self-conscious trying to approach a group and saying, can I take a photo? Because it feels like such an imposition. But if you can get one like that, it shows all the characters. And I love the fact the composition is great. And you've got this really amazing textured fence, which appears like it's sort of leaning in. The perspective's really warped. Brilliant. Bikers. Oh, here's Kylie Minogue, look, popping up. Looking as glamorous as ever. And a woman with a cow that's just been milked by the looks of it. Love it. So it's talking about how this was achieved. 15 seconds on the sky, being careful to mask the head and horizon. Oh yeah. Great photo. Nick Cave having a ponder. I'd love the deep blacks in this. On his face, hair, coat. The fact the cigarette just pops out from the darkness in the background. What's it say? It not important to put a grade 5. I can't read that. It's a shame that they're not a bit more readable, the scribbles. Anyway. Here we go. It's Robbie Williams smoking. And there he is again, moving around. So yeah, lots of great photos. It's a good one as well. Love that shirt. Wonder whether that was probably coloured. Not a black and white shirt. The Gallagher brothers. I'm not their biggest fan, to be honest, but what a great photo that is. Like they've got these really dark shapes, high contrast, and the white wall. It's well framed. He's got his feet in his hand. Yeah. Emphasis shape. Yeah, look, that's the little kind of like sketch of it. It's a nice staircase. I wonder where that is. Somewhere in Europe, I imagine. Right, chapter 10, print toning and toners. I don't know anything about toners, really. Great eyes. That's a really nice natural shot. Oh, wow, well, that's good as well. Loving the detail on the eyes, lips. And then the blurry background. Talking about how the flash was used to achieve this. Building. Do I need to turn it? There's a big shiny building, look. Brilliant. Wow, that's nice. Great composition. Almost look like meerkats, these kids, you know. Perched on a stone like that. Looking out. There's some cowboy boots. That's a great detail on that. Mud. Some great textures. That's interesting. Oh, yeah. It's a great shot. They're all good, aren't they, really? That's why I wanted to show you this book. Inspiring. Makes me want to go and take photos. And then stick them in Photoshop and remove all the colour and start fiddling with them. Right, chapter 11. Lith printing. Gosh, Iggy Pop. Look at that. Looks like it's been very edited, that shot. There's Lemmy with his nice hat. Yeah, so a lot of this is probably almost lost information. It's like a lost art. Don't know how many people really expose photos in darkrooms these days. It's probably a dying art, I would say. So much can be done with digital photography and now phones. Filters. Okay. Chapter 12, the demise of the darkroom. Yes, I was just talking about that, wasn't I? I'm assuming this is talking about exactly what I was just saying about it being a dying art. Look at him and his teeth. Brilliant. What a personality. Madonna getting ready to fight. Love it. I love the way that the background's blacked out. And what's happening with the hair? It's like a Medusa. Love it. So we've got a glossary here, all the terms that I presume it's mentioning that may or may not make sense to you. If you're not into all of this, there's an index, acknowledgements. Great book, lovely book. Good coffee table book, that one. And like I say, you don't really need to be into actual processing and printing to appreciate the content of that book, I think. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, and hopefully we will see you next time. Bye for now.